Today he had a day off, and how did he spend that? Brunch with Melania? No. Maybe a catch with Barron in the yard? No. Santa Claus got up bright and early to post 165 venomous words about yours truly, and I'm not too bit.
Kentucky Fried Donald Chicken is having nightmares these days due to his achievements, from becoming the first president to be on trial for a criminal offense to paying hush money to a pornographic film star. Trumpy is in a mess. No wonder he's slurring and stumbling through his rally speeches, but his biggest headache isn't his legal troubles. It's Jimmy Kimmel. Poor Danny is so confused he thinks Jimmy is Al Pacino and is still mad about that Oscar performance.
Oh, thank you, President Trump. Thank you for watching. I'm surprised you're still, isn't it past your jail time?
It all started when Jimmy Kimmel put Humpty Trumpty in his place at the Oscars. Of course, Donnie Diapers didn't find it funny and took to Twitter to bash Jimmy, calling him stupid Jimmy Kimmel and mocking him for his horrendous performance and the drop in ratings as host of the Academy Awards. Trump also took a dig at Jimmy's wife and accused him of suffering from Trump derangement syndrome, TDS. Classic Trump. You can almost hear the tiny fingers typing away. So let's break this down Kimmel style. According to Donnie, Kimmel's worst offense wasn't just reading Trump's truth on air, but it was forgetting to say, "and the winner is." Yeah, because that's the real tragedy here, right? Not the hush money scandal or the criminal charges, and who can forget Trump's expert critique on hosting skills? This from the guy who thinks hosting a rally means spewing nonsense for hours. Jimmy, you may have had a rough night at the Oscars, but at least you didn't get impeached twice. Trump's so worked up, he thinks Jimmy is still mad at him for something that happened ages ago. Sorry, Donnie, Jimmy's just busy making people laugh, not plotting revenge. Maybe you should take notes on how to do your job without becoming a national punchline. Oh wait, too late. But Jimmy turned the tables on Grumpy and his so-called world-class fact-checkers, thoroughly taking them to the cleaners.
Let's go through it again and just do a fact check line by line, starting with stupid Jimmy Kimmel. All right, that part might be true.
This is how you handle humor, orange turd. But that's not in Donald's vocabulary because he's always pissed. Actually, Donnie is the one suffering from Kimmel derangement syndrome. Jimmy went one step further, and you won't believe how he ripped apart Donut Rump,
who still hasn't recovered from his horrendous performance and big ratings drop as host of the Academy Awards. Oh, that's weird, because I read in the news that the ratings went up this year.
Trumpet tweeted that the Oscars ratings went down because of Jimmy, but in reality, the ratings were up 4% this year, with 19.5 million Americans tuning in. Looks like Donnie Diapers needs a new pair of glasses to see the real numbers. Maybe next time, Grumpy, stick to reality instead of your alternative facts.
He would make everybody on stage look bigger, stronger, and more glamorous, blah, 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 make America great again.
This level of fact distortion is on par with the wild tales he spins at his rallies. Maybe he should try stand-up comedy instead. I mean, he's already got the clown part down pat. But hey, why stop at the Oscars? Maybe next he'll claim that his hair's real and that his suits aren't just disguising his insecurity. Or perhaps he'll announce that he's discovered a portal to an alternate universe where he's actually popular. Oh wait, he's been saying that one for years. In any case, keep them coming, Donnie. We could all use a good laugh. At your expense, of course.
Especially when he showed he suffered from TDS, commonly known as Trump derangement syndrome. Now that is false. Then there's only one person who suffered from Trump derangement syndrome. His name is Donald Trump. Okay, peace.
Jimmy never misses a beat, does he? His wit is sharper than a freshly honed pencil. Trump derangement syndrome, please, the only one suffering from that is the man who tweets at 3 a.m. about crowd sizes.
I didn't present the award for Best Picture. I was the host. The host doesn't present awards. The presenters present the awards, and the person who presented the award was Al Pacino, not me. We are different people.
And let's talk about Jimmy's truth bomb, reading it on air for the entire world. That's like broadcasting the recipe for disaster. But hey, at least he cleared up the confusion about presenting the award for Best Picture. I mean, mistaking Jimmy Kimmel for Al Pacino. That's like mistaking a hamster for a hippopotamus. Sure, they both have teeth, but that's where the similarities end.
Oh, I wish I was Al Pacino. I'm just not. He's Al Pacino. I'm me. You'd think he would know that because I'm pretty sure "say hello to my little friend" is what he said to Stormy Daniels. I got him in all his slime.
Moving ahead, Trump tweeted thinking he'd land a zinger, but instead, he belly flopped into the pool of comedy. He wrote that supposedly his wife and even management begged him not to do it. "Don't read his truth, Jimmy. Please don't do this," they said. I mean, come on, Trump. Are you auditioning for a role in a Shakespearean tragedy? To be or not to be laughed at? That is the question. And Jimmy's response? Classic. He's like the hero in an action movie, facing down the villain's henchman with a smirk equipped not at all with fear, but with sharp wit and humor.
Not at all what happened. What happened is they showed me what he posted. I looked at it, I said, oh, I'm gonna read this. My wife went, oh no. I said, oh yes. And that was that. That was the whole thing.
This is the era of lies. Trump's family crest too. They embraced wild tales over truth, creating rifts where unity once stood. Take vaccines, for example. While the world worked to fight COVID-19 with vaccines, Trump's followers feared being tracked or controlled. And on economic matters, they turned a blind eye, cheering Trump on despite worsening conditions. In international relations, Trump's approach resembled a bull in a china shop, damaging alliances and undermining diplomacy. We were trapped in Trump's America, where truth seemed to have lost its way. But Donald McDonald, instead of focusing on how not to con America, is still worried about the Oscars.
He's still mad about the Oscars. This was 5 weeks ago. My parents don't even care anymore.
Trump is looming on the horizon like a dark cloud, threatening the very fabric of our society. He shows no regard for our judges, our media, our journalists, or even the people themselves. He's like a power-hungry wolf, always looking for his next meal, caring little for who he tramples along the way. While Trump is busy padding his own pockets, Biden is out there fighting for the little guy. He's like the friendly neighborhood superhero, swooping in to save the day while Trump sits in his ivory tower counting his gold coins. It's not just about money and power, it's about basic decency. Trump's behavior is like a slap in the face to everything we hold dear. He insults our judges, belittles our journalists, and divides our nation with his hateful rhetoric. It's like he's trying to tear us apart from the inside out, like a virus infecting the body politic. Meanwhile, Biden is like a breath of fresh air, a beacon of hope in these troubled times. He's like the wise old sage, guiding us towards a brighter future with his steady hand and compassionate heart. And let's not forget about Trump's disregard for the truth. He's like a pathological liar, spinning tall tales faster than a spider spins its web. He'll say anything to get what he wants, regardless of who gets hurt in the process. Biden, on the other hand, is like a shining beacon of honesty and integrity. He's like the moral compass we so desperately need in these turbulent times, always pointing us towards the truth no matter how uncomfortable it may be. When it comes time to cast your vote, remember what's at stake. Trump may be a big threat looming on the horizon, but Biden is the hero we need to save the day. He's like the knight in shining armor, riding in to rescue us from the darkness and lead us towards a brighter tomorrow. People like Jimmy are doing a great service by exposing this fraudster in a comedic way. They're like the watchdogs of democracy, barking loudly to alert us to the dangers lurking in the shadows. It's all about awareness, about shining a light on the truth, and holding those in power accountable for their actions. And that's where you come in. By supporting our work, by subscribing to our channel and liking the video, you're helping to spread the word and keep the conversation going. Together, we can take America back to its democratic norms, where honesty and